Polluted Thoughts Podcast, real talk with real people. I'm your host, Colin Garrett. In 3, 2, 1, Polluted Thoughts Podcast. Here again, we're picking up the pace, we're pushing the pace, we're going harder. We're here with Tyler, my man, and my man Jake. What are you going by for? Is it Jake is Dead? Is that what you want to go for as a producer name?
I think I'm IsJakeDead.
Yeah, IsJakeDead. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Jake's a producer. He spits a little bit. He also be doing a lot of art, I see too.
Yeah.
I like your art. And then we got Tyler here. He be
What's up, guys?
Producing, right? You produce some of your shit? I'll say. And he just dropped a brand new EP, 4 songs.
Fire. Oh, yeah.
Fire. It was fire. And they have one song together. What is it? Drug music?
Yeah.
Drug music freestyle,
Yeah,
I think?
drug music freestyle.
I liked it a lot. It was like like you said, it was like a one take kind of thing, but it was a very, the song needed that nonchalant, like kind of verse, you know?
Yeah, we just like playing skate through, fucking listen to the beat, and like, alright, fuck it, just record.
That's when some of the best music comes out,
Yeah,
when you're just feeling it going.
We made a song one time in Lowell at like 2 in the morning. We started it up, and Frank cooked up this beat at 3, and like by 3 it was like finished. It had like all these violins, hard 808s, and then we were just like on the spot writing some shit. And Chris Chow, he wrote some shit real quick, and like we were listening to him, and we were like, what the fuck? Like that sounds like. It sounded kind of awkward, like flow-wise, and like I didn't hear it on the beat yet. Then he spit that shit like one take on the thing, and I was like, "This is the hardest shit I've ever heard in my life."
Yeah. I like how he flows.
He has sick flows. Yeah, he's very creative.
Yeah, we actually went into this. I went into this mixtape, and I kind of wanted to like make it more so like background music, not so like you're listening to lyrics, but like if you listen to some of the songs, I'm kind of like nonchalant or like kind of like going through it words and mixing them together, because like I don't want you to just like be there, you know, trying to figure out what I'm saying. Like most of the time when people are listening to music, you know, they're smoking, talking like this, so it's like I want to make something creative at the same time as like, you know, maybe get their attention and like, oh, what did he just say? You know what I mean?
100%
at the same time. But
I think that's a lot of rap nowadays too. It's more like, you know, it's the vibe, it's like the aura of the song in general.
The beat's
like,
fire.
Yeah, exactly. The beat's fire, and then like, you know, they catch a good flow, and like half the time half the time they're mumbling and saying bullshit.
Exactly. That's why that shit popped up. It's because it's fucking 808s and shit.
No, but it's creative though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's I think that yours was like a very intellectual. If you wanted to call it background music, I would say it's like a highly intellectual kind of lyrically for that. Yeah,
dude. The overall like psychedelic type of boom bap. Dude, I liked it a lot, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Gave me Isaiah Rashad vibes in a lot of the songs.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
the telephone effect.
Yeah, I mean, this fucking mixtape too. I mean, it's the first time I've actually made music sober. I mean, I was pretty fucked up at one point, and like trying to fucking make music again or doing something. I mean, that was kind of my out. So doing it sober and like, you know, trying to get back to it. I mean, there's a fucking song on there called like drug music, but I mean, at the same time, it's like it's kind of who I am. But I'm not a fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to like tell people, not trying to promote it. You know what I mean?
You're taking like a point in time.
Hell yeah.
In trying to
weed every
day.
If you want to talk about drug music, I mean, weed. But anyways, first and only time we met before this.
Yeah.
When we were talking, you were saying more that you wanted to produce shit. You were like, I want to produce more. Like, hit me up. We'll produce shit for you. Blah blah blah. What made you want to make the mixtape though? What made you want to start spitting again? Because I love it, bro. And when I heard your shit too, I was like. Me and Dawson were talking. He was like, I think he wants to shy away from spitting. I think he wants to stay with like producing and just stay in the game. And I was like, dude, he needs to start rapping again because like his shit's fire. And then I was so hyped when dude, I love it, bro. I love the sound. And I was like, I was beyond hyped when I saw you were dropping the EP and like revamped your Instagram and everything. I think it was a great move. But what made you want to do it?
I mean, like I said before,
Lothar?
Hitting you up shout out Lothar, my brother. I mean, when I got out of the dark place I was fucking in, I had a really close friend, and this is Jake. He was another person that really fucking helped me. But Lothar, I mean, like he was texting me nonstop, like coming up to my door, telling me to get outside, like you need to start doing shit again. Like I was just tied to my fucking bed, dude.
Yeah.
I could not figure out like what the fuck to do. I mean, with all the shit going on in the last 2 years, like, you know, it takes a toll on like people's heads, especially with everything going on. So I think that like having friends that are dedicated to the same thing I am, but also trying to push me, forward. It's like,
yeah, I was gonna say,
it
and
really
definitely in
helps.
a healthy manner too, because like
Yeah.
what I really saw in you was beyond your great appreciation that seemed like just for life in general.
Yeah.
Because like you just like at first I was like, dude, this kid's like annoyingly like happy.
Yeah.
Like he's being like I was literally like he's
Yeah.
being like too nice. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like what's going on, you know?
Mhm.
And then like you started telling me about your story and everything,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, like you really have an appreciation for
Yeah.
life, you know? And
Thank
it
you,
made
brother.
me really think. But
yeah.
not only that, but the way your like energy's been since like you came back on Instagram and shit, like I'm like we're taking the city over, like, you know, I love the
yeah.
idea because
Yeah.
we can all do our shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, intercollectively
100%,
and do
dude.
whatever we need to do
Yeah.
individually as well,
Yeah.
and just put on for the city.
Yeah, 100%. It's all love. It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be competition all the time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't mean to say like the city is like ours for the
No,
taking, just
no.
ours, but I mean like
No, it
literally
is ours.
anybody though. Like
It
the
is
world
ours.
is yours, you know what I mean? Like any
listen,
like,
we're from the Dirty Burg. It is
dead
ours.
ass, and there's
It
nobody
is
be
ours.
coming out of the Dirty Bird, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said in one song, like there's a city with no stars, because like it's like no one huge has come out of like Lunenburg, Leominster, Fitchburg, kind of music wise, you know.
Joining
There's
Lucas.
Jonah Lucas is Worcester.
Shout out
He's got
Jonah,
connects
bro.
to Fitchburg, but he's from
Crazy.
Worcester.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel you. It's
But yeah,
a
I
little
get what
bit
you're saying.
less.
I get what you're saying. But you know what I mean? Directly from like our town.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
we have like Shug, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Shug's
Shug-
Shug's
Shug's
out
popping
Shug.
right
He's
now,
popping hard, but like
Yeah.
he's the best we got, and he's just on the rise. You know, like
Yeah.
he's just on his way up. You
Yeah.
know, we don't have anybody to like really be like,
DJ
this
Lucas.
dude can put us on. This dude can
Yeah.
help us. DJ Lucas is popping
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
popping.
He's
yeah.
from Fitch?
West, no,
Nah,
West
he's
Mass.
in Western Mass. Like,
Yeah,
like Amherst.
Yeah, around that area.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's popping. Like New York, I think,
Yeah.
right? That's where he's at.
Yeah. No,
right, like
man.
where he lives, probably. No,
Oh, he's still in Western Mass?
No, he's still living
Yeah.
in Western Mass. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
word.
Yeah, he reps it like hardcore, bro, and I
He's
fuck
done
with
some
it.
videos with Ray, Raymond.
Yeah, I was saying Ray's coming on Thursday.
Yeah.
No, Tuesday. My bad.
He's coming on Tuesday?
Yeah, he's coming over
Oh,
on
shit,
Tuesday, and we're
yeah.
doing a podcast.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
here's shout out Ray, dude. That single AO was
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah.
bro.
Actually, crazy thing about Ray, fucking
Sam did a good job with that shit.
Sam did do a
Yeah.
good job. He has like his own kind of version of like
Yeah.
Raymond's stuff because like you can
Yeah.
tell he's been like working with Raymond a lot.
Yeah.
So then it's cool to have his like own kind of style,
Yeah.
separate from him,
Yeah,
but like still
exactly.
very similar in a
Yeah.
way.
What's crazy about fucking Ray is I met this guy, right? And I found out from him from another kid. And he was charging I wanted a music video, right? I just wanted some cool video, to represent just the music I'm making. And this kid was trying to charge like 700 something at the time. And I'm just a kid making music. I don't know. I mean, I'm not no rich motherfucker. You know what I mean? And 700 bills for a fucking video, it's kind of outrageous. I'll just take my iPhone out.
Yeah.
And that's when Ray comes in. He's like,
Just take the iPhone.
yeah, that's when Ray came in, and shout out to Lil Ray, bro. He's a fucking goat, dude. He's the
dude,
best
his-
videographer in.
Dead ass, and
around here,
probably the
Yeah.
state. I mean, there's a couple good. There's I know Santos Visions. He does a lot of good shit,
Yeah.
but he's definitely the best in
As
our
far
area.
as I
bro.
know,
anybody
yeah.
who's popping, so to speak, within our local community of
Yeah.
rappers has videos by him and
Yeah,
multiple,
yeah.
if not just one. They're with Ray. You know what I mean? He makes the best music videos.
Well,
in
they
the
were
area,
listening
but-
to his music before he even started making the videos and shit.
That's
Because
what I was saying.
I've
I
been
was
listening
too.
For a while, 'cause
I remember he dropped an EP, a 4-song EP.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what it is finding people to work with and then building a family around music. And that goes the same thing if your desire is to be that guy filming music videos and
Yeah.
shit like that. It's just
Yeah.
about finding people within the industry that have like-minded motivations.
Yeah, 100% right.
I think he found a good balance of the business
No,
and
yeah,
then
he's
the
definitely smart.
collectivism kind of
Yeah.
thing because he does the videos and obviously that needs to get paid for
Mhm.
because it's of such a high quality.
Yeah.
He keeps it at a number that he can be sustainable and make money, but other people can afford the
Yeah.
price. And he just can making connections with everybody.
Yeah.
He automatically starts promoting your stuff or
Mhm.
commenting on your shit.
It's
You know, or you
profitable
guys
for
are
both
boys.
ways.
It's just mutually beneficial in the whole way. But he's still getting that business end out of it, and he's still doing that let's be boys kind of shit.
Bro, any time that you have some kind of passion that you're trying to make into
Yeah.
your career, you have to love it first and foremost.
Yeah.
If you're doing it to be able to make money, like charging an absurd amount of
Yeah.
money for a video or whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's not going to be able to build the way that you want it to build.
Exactly.
And in the end, that's what it's about. It's about building something, not building a financial background. You know, I mean, that's just a positive externality. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, yeah. If you're money minded first, then like things usually don't work out if it's a passion. You know what I mean? Like this is like music and entertainment in general isn't just like
a lot of things you want to
business-minded.
last.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that applies to anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, if you want to be the world's best goddamn accountant, you know what I mean? You gotta love math before you love money, you know? Because you're not gonna get a paycheck if you don't want to fucking do the shit.
You don't know how to fucking multiply.
No, amen, yeah.
But, I mean, at the same time, too, like, whatever you're doing, I would love to bring, like, the people around me up, you know what I mean? So, like, money has, like, a sense, but at the same time, like, you know what I mean? None of what we do really fucking matters at the end of the day. We're just all living, you know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
But money does tie into that, you know what I mean? Like, life would be fucking great if we had fucking millions of dollars right here, right?
Yeah, man. You can't control the time that you're born into. You know what I mean? And we just happen to have a very money-oriented society.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
The cost of living has gone up so much in the past fucking, like, 20 years, some shit.
We fucking rocking with it, though. I mean, like, whatever.
We riding that wave. We riding that inflation wave.
8% type shit. I don't know what happened, man.
Dude, that shit's crazy. I don't even get fucking Cumbies. It's like $3.33 for a gallon of gas or some shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you don't work there anymore.
No, fuck Cumbies. Yeah,
fuck Cumbies, dude.
All my homies hate Cumbies.
Yeah, dude.
You ever work the graveyard shift?
Hell yeah, dude.
He was working overnight like every fucking day.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And days. I'd be like,
just
fucking working?
Yeah, just mad fucking coffee and like cigs. I don't know.
Yeah, the nicotine and caffeine.
I mean, the graveyard
shift.
Yeah, the graveyard shift in the Dirty Burg. I mean, you see every single fucking.
Oh my god, man! Yeah.
You see some crazy fucking people and like.
Every crackhead and prostitute.
Give me like the craziest situation you witnessed during the graveyard shift.
So, tell them about the million. The headset.
Yeah.
Talk about like the
one-sided
fucking
titty
like
headset.
the bum fucking like $100 bill or whatever.
Yeah, I could tell you some crazy shit. So I'll tell you some nasty shit, and I'll tell you some like cool shit. So first thing is like, there's this homeless dude outside. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Now that I'm fired, well, fucking fuck Humvees. I would give like fucking. So we had gloves and like hats and shit that were like fucking $20-25, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just like. One night took a pair of gloves. It was like -5, and this guy's out here just like fucking doing nothing but sitting there. And I could tell like I don't give a fuck if he's a dope fiend. I could care less. But, like I just don't want him being cold.
Warm,
yeah. And so I go out there. I give him a coffee because it didn't matter. Coffee don't matter. But I gave him the gloves. I was like, yeah, don't worry about these. You know, I got them covered. And he's like, thank you. We talk, and he's like a really fucking cool person. But I could tell he's still fucked up. Like. He's fucking crazy. Why would he be sitting outside right now in the fucking cold?
Yeah, I feel
you. And so then this guy pulls up in a fucking Escalade with like spinny rims and shit, and I was like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? And he walks over to this homeless guy, right? And he's like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I'm just here with him. He's like, you're not kicking him out, right? I'm like, no, I'm not kicking him out. I'm just giving him a coffee. He's like, oh. And he takes out a fucking water cash, dude, and gives him like $200 right there, right? He's like, come inside with me, I'll buy you everything you want. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? And I was like curious. I'm like, I'm not gonna let this dude just like come near me, like without me knowing like how the fuck why does he have a water cash? I mean, he doesn't look like a fucking dope dealer, you know what I mean? So it's like, I wanna know. And apparently he told me like put fucking mad money into like Bitcoin or some shit, so I'm like, all right, well, that's way out of my league, so fuck it.
I could go on some crazy crypto rant, but I won't. Yeah, but I won't.
I wonder if that's a thing though.
I was into it like fucking last year or whatever, like when it was like fucking spiking.
Yo, you remember
it's something you should be into right now.
Dogecoin, like
shit's dipping right now by the dip.
Like I was kind of early into fucking Dogecoin. I made like a little profit, but then like lost a lot of it. So I was like, all right.
Motherfucker,
SNL shit.
Me too, actually, with the Dogecoin.
Yeah, bro. She goes over the cliff and just.
Actually, I made like $6, and then I got out of Dogecoin.
Thinking I knew everything.
Yeah, dude, they were all like harping on fucking Elon Musk's gonna be on SNL this goddamn Saturday.
I made a little profit.
Yeah, actually, that's when I got it.
Dude,
that's
I did. I made money. I made like $8 or $6 or something stupid. What were you guys saying?
I was gonna say fucking motherfuckers are. I don't know. There's some like crazy shit going around last year, like PPP loans. Dudes were making fucking bank, dude. Like,
you talking about the unemployment shit?
Yeah, nah, like
scams.
like kind of like taking out like personal loans or some shit. I don't know too much about
Oh,
it.
you're talking about the shit where they're like, where they post on their Snapchat story,
Hit me
like,
up if you have this
hit me up if you got those banks.
yeah.
So what is it? Do you know? Like, what
I
it
still
was?
be seeing it on Instagram.
Yeah,
I still see that shit. Yeah. I see Bitcoin scamming. They'll be like, send me your Bitcoin
People that get
or
like
your
their fucking
Cash App.
Instagrams hacked. People are like, send me your Cash App tag. I'm like, why would you send your?
And then like
is that
one of
what
my,
that is? They're looking to like buy Bitcoin or something.
they're
Or-
like,
I don't even know what it
you
is. I
pay
don't wanna
them.
fucking like
I
hit
always
them up,
thought-
but
I-
like,
It's supposed to be like you pay them to mine you Bitcoin, and then they give you like quick returns, and then you're supposed to reinvest the money.
but it's just a
Kind
scam.
of
They
idea,
just
but
take
it's a
your money.
scam. They just take your money the
Yeah.
first, like after they get you money, and then you put it in the second time, and then they take it, or the first time they just grab it. You
I'm
know.
gonna like hack people's accounts and just.
But I
go
don't
through
get how
their
they get the
memories.
Instagram though. How do they get the Instagram?
I know, cause like
Well, it's
I
a
know a few
hacker.
people.
You know,
that
yeah,
are
they
out
just
there
get
got
the
their shit
account.
hacked,
I know,
and it's
like real human beings. I've literally like I thought it was real
Yeah.
because it was like
And they
it
film
was a
video,
realistic
bro.
amount
bro,
of money.
Ricky
Yeah.
Silk got
Yeah.
It was a
fucking
realistic
Really?
amount of
Yeah,
money.
I
It was
saw
like
that shit on
Ricky,
his fucking.
shut up.
He
Yeah,
turned-
500 goes into 5 grand. Or
Yeah,
something.
he turned like $500 into like $5,000. He sure
Yeah.
had like wads of cash. So I DM'd him, and it was like I was talking to this kid I knew,
Yeah.
and then I hit him up on like
Get him
message.
on the podcast.
I hit him up on the message and like on iMessage. It was like, yo, like, is this you? Like, you making money? Like, what's the deal? And then he's like, no, bro, I'm not. They stole my money, like, or something like that. Or like maybe they didn't take his money, but they stole his Instagram. I forget what happened.
Bro, but what I
so-
don't understand about the whole entire scam is that you'll have like a flip book on Instagram of different, like it'll be like a picture of them, and then there'll be a video of them walking around being like, hey, this is totally legit. Like I went through this process. And that's what always boggles the living shit out of me. You know what I mean?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I just don't understand how someone gets scammed
It's like
that
a secret
hard.
society.
Dead ass, bro. They're like,
You gotta know to know.
and it's always like, I swear the main, like the head, the person running the organization.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's like the head Instagram account. They're always like tags this person. Yeah, but I swear it's like a catfish too, because it's always it's always
Well,
a
just, like,
it's
someone's
always
at
a
a different
female.
goddamn
They get like a few
country.
people.
It's always like
together,
a
fucking,
blonde
you know,
female who's like the profile picture. It's like a blonde
Yeah,
female
yeah.
doing this and a blonde female doing
And then she's
that.
like holding up like
And then-
fucking
yeah,
money and shit.
yeah. There was this one though that was
Like some generic stock photo of some lady.
It's like a big
smiling,
check.
like a can. Yeah.
it's like the big check from Semi Pro.
Yeah, badass.
Have you seen that movie Semi Pro?
I have, yeah.
When they give him the big check, then this hippie shows up to the
Baby, you
game,
gotta go to a
and
big
if you hit the full court shot, you get a check. But they don't have the money. It was like $10,000, and they think the homeless guy's gonna hit it, and he hits the full court shot. And then they give him the big check, and he goes, "Oh, I went to the bank, but they wouldn't cash it. Like they said it was no good." He's like, "Did you try the big bank?
Yeah.
Did you go to the big bank with
For the
it?"
big checks.
Dude, that shit's so stupid. Will Ferrell has to be like one of the funniest people on
Really?
the planet.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is actually like funny as fuck. Is he in is that fucking? I seen a movie with him like recently.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
Classic.
classic, bro.
Yeah.
Classic
Ricky
movie.
fucking Bobby.
Yeah, the scene where he's like stabbed himself in the leg,
Yeah.
thinking he's paralyzed,
Yeah.
and then stabs another knife into the leg to
Yeah.
pry the first
Yeah,
knife
yeah,
out.
Yeah, that comes out
His
of the
dad
hospital
puts like a
fucked up.
fake kilo of coke under his car and has to like make him fucking
Yeah,
race down the
it was
fucking
Lucky
road away from
Charms.
cops and shit.
That was
That's
good.
Ridiculous. Turns out it's
It's like
a
cereal.
yeah, it's like Lucky Charms.
Like good job, son.
Dude, that's some serious shit though, bro. Imagine like someone doing that to you.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that'll
Like,
teach you how to drive.
your
real
car's fucking
goddamn
planted.
quickly.
I just
Yeah.
call the cops on you.
Exactly.
3 seconds. You're
That's
like,
some
oh, fuck.
GTA. That's a
Yeah, like,
GTA
you're
mission or
out
something.
there.
bro.
GTA mission.
Dead ass, bro. Speaking of GTA, bro, I know you guys play a lot of skate.
Yeah.
I need that
Yeah.
Skate 4.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
bro.
Is that
See
out?
something?
No,
No.
that's what I'm saying.
No?
I don't
How
think they'll
is
ever
there?
make it, but, like-
I heard that they look this up. Look it up for me. I heard that they were announcing that they started making gameplay.
Yeah.
Really?
But imagine
I
Skate
figured they'd
4
never make it.
on it. That's what I thought too. I thought it was
It's
just like
so long,
you know, like GTA 6.
Gave up on that
Kinda shit.
Yeah. That's coming out.
Yeah.
Fucking who knows when, but.
But I'm pretty sure they
That'll
had
be
Skate
fire.
4. But
Yeah.
imagine that on a new console too,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like I had that shit. I have it on the Xbox One in my room. I bought it on like the Microsoft store. But
Oh, yeah.
like on PS3,
Yeah.
one of like top 5 game ever
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'd be playing that shit at the fucking the Zen Den. That shit's dope. We have like a couch and shit, just playing.
Is it
Skate.
announced?
It's dope.
No, I mean, all they say is that it should be released from 2021 to 2023. We're
Okay.
currently in 2022, so...
Yeah, what the fuck is that, man? Who put out these numbers?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how long the fucking video games take. Like, since GTA 5 came out, what was it, like 2014?
Yeah. Well, think about it. I learned this new fact that it's kind of like crazy to think about, but as like STEM people who are like science, technology, engineering, mathematics, you know, anybody in those fields of jobs, when they get their first job, it's like 32 or 42% higher than like anybody else in college, like
That's
any
crazy.
other major.
Yeah.
And they make around like $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
But as they get older and new technology starts coming in, and like the new flock of people coming in know the new technology, then they like kind of get like backwashed out, or they need to just learn the new shit. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So like you know, the average one still makes like a lot of money. It's like you know, they gradually increase, like almost double their money, but the other industries would like make more money than them in a progressive amount of time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy to think about when you think about video games. Because imagine the skills of the motherfuckers that are coming out of fucking college right now making a thing, and then they're trying to make the new Skate 3, but then the people who made the first one in fucking like 2013 or 2011, whenever it came out, you know what I mean?
You see
they're
that?
kind of like backwashed on the skills.
You see that shit with
totally.
the whole fucking metaverse or whatever with Facebook?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
stuck
some
in the
crazy
metaverse.
VR
Dude,
shit.
Nike-
It's cold.
Yeah, I saw that. That was Brad. Yeah, Brad
What was
Gray.
it?
Who?
I'm
Where's
stuck in the metaverse. Help! It's cold.
That's what Brad Gray had on underneath like his episode on his radio channel. Shout out Brad Gray in the Grayed Out on 91.5. That shit's fire.
91?
Yeah, dude. He has his
Okay.
radio channel. It's
I'll
from
tune in.
he shouted us out, bro, on the radio. You didn't see that on my story?
No.
Come on, man. The fuck
Oh,
we're on
I'm
the
sorry.
radio.
I'm behind.
Brad. So shout out
Bradley
Brad.
Gray, I
He's
love
Chang's
you.
roommate at UMass Lowell, and he's one of our boys from our hometown. He goes to school at UMass Lowell, and he goes on every Thursday from 9 to 11, and he just like sits there, plays like probably like 5-10 songs in a row, and then he just gives you a quick like rundown of like what the songs were, who the artists were, and like why it has relevance kind of or whatever. And then he like does that a couple times. Then he does like, you know, has his own little part where he talks for like 5-10 minutes and like it's his own little show, which is dope. And then he shouted us out. He was like, yo, like talk about podcasters, shout out like Polluted Thoughts podcast, blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
But like he has
That's dope.
fire songs on there.
That dude, he's got an amazing music.
He
It's
does.
a good vibe.
He does. But if you want to check it out, like I think it's like uml.org or something like that. It's grayed out. You can like just scroll down. But then he has literally every episode saves the playlists, so you can like look at any time, and it's time stamped.
Oh, okay,
So like
cool.
yeah. But he shouted us out and like just said like, yo, like anybody, blah blah blah, like just like he's doing his shit. Shout out him, all this stuff. So we gotta get him on soon. But we were on the fucking radio. It's dope.
Yeah, no, dude, that's like a little occupation. Like Bradley's a really interesting kid, and I feel like he'd be a good personality to be able to just like shoot the shit.
Yeah,
Especially
I remember
about
skating
music.
with him back in the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is a good little transition into the new segment that we introduced in the last one, Tune Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Tune Talk.
So we introduced this in the last one. It's you pick one song to advise anybody to listen to. Just throwing out new music just for the hell of it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I get caught up in like my playlists a lot.
Yeah.
And not even the playlist, but just the same albums over and
Oh, yeah.
over again. So like throwing out new music's always good. But on that point of Brad, he showed a new song. I showed the song by Coral Pink.
Oh.
Shout out! I'm gonna leave it at that band. I'm not sure if it's one person or a band, but Coral Pink, fire! Check them out. They got like Tame Impala. You know Tame Impala?
Yeah.
Kind of like those, kind of like indie psychedelic rock vibes.
Hell yeah.
Heavy like keyboard and bass kind of stuff is really good. And there was one other band, KVB. That one was very similar to Coral Pink. It was fantastic. So I highly recommend everybody and you guys specifically to listen to it. If you fuck with like Tame Impala and that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so I'm stuck between two right now.
Yeah.
One of them's a little bit more well-known, so I'll probably go with that one. Let's go About a Girl by Nirvana.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a go-to just because Nirvana's Nirvana. Everyone's going to hop on their dick at some point in time in their lives, you know what I mean?
I want to pull a Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, I mean, if you could, dude, yeah. But fuck, definitely one of those songs that
Holding
if
up
you're
20
working
cents,
out
you know what I
or
mean?
fucking just angry, throw that shit on and you'll immediately feel heard.
That's funny you mentioned Nirvana, because I think that like vocally, like your grunginess kind of sounds like that, like especially like all like a lot of like, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, I really like the way you mixed your vocals too.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like the
Shout out to Sean again for mixing them shits, dude. They're
Hell yeah. Good stuff.
Shit was, I was gonna say, that's what I remember. I hit you up. I was like, I listened to it the first time I hit you up. It was like a fire. But then I listened to it again. It was like the mixing. Yeah, it's very clean.
Yeah.
Frank's been getting good with the mixing too. We should have you and him link up, and share skills.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely check me out on SoundCloud and see if you like my shit.
Oh yeah, dude. My favorite thing to do actually is like, it's not even making beats. It's like, if you check my SoundCloud out, there's like fucking soundtracks. Like I'll find like so many different types of sounds and like try to like make like weird shit about it. You know what I mean? So I have this one that's like, it sounds like some like person's like a talk show's on or whatever, and like he shuts off the TV, and this is with all sound effects.
You actually we heard that. Frank was like, that's a dope intro.
Yeah. Dude. I really like that.
I like that too.
Yeah,
that was like, you who cut that up?
Yeah,
that's fresh.
Yeah, and like all like some like anything, you know what I mean? Like I just like, you know, adding shit to it, but also like at the same time it's part of like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's part of the process.
That's not when I'm actually making a beat though. Like Jake too, like he chops it up and I chop it up, bro. But like when it comes to like having someone mix it, I feel like takes the load off your back. You know, kind of like
we used to go OD on samples.
And still, dude, like having people on your team and getting another perspective is actually beneficial. Like it's not a weakness in the slightest. It's actually an asset.
I was gonna say, I love making music with Frank because, like you said, it kind of does take the load off your back because I know that Frank's gonna mix it well, so I know it's not gonna sound like shit. So like when I'm making music by myself, I'm always like a little afraid it's gonna come out like shit. I don't have like the interface like plugged in, like not plugged in, but like, you know, all the shit scaled correctly and everything. So like, I'm afraid I'm gonna fuck it up. But when I'm with him, I know it's gonna be mixed well and like there's the same kind of feeling. But also, like you said, the perspective, like I'll be trying to spit some shit and Frank will just like throw some bars out because like I honestly think Frank should start spitting again. He spit when he was like 15, 16 and like when we first started rapping.
I feel like that's how anyone starts getting into making beats.
You know it is.
Like they start rapping and they're like, oh shit, this is
I'm not
dope.
good at this. I'm gonna make beats.
That's
exactly.
That was my mindset.
No,
I was like,
I can't listen to my own voice. I'm gonna just fucking make beats.
No, I felt that. I struggled through that. I got through that period where like I stopped making music, made just beats for like a little bit, and like stopped like
doing both. They're mutually beneficial.
No, they
you
are.
know what I mean? Like, because when you're rapping, it helps to understand a little bit of the music theory, so you can kind of have them both be together and like the beat and the vocals instead of them both being separate. You know? Yeah. So
definitely.
I was gonna say, what's your process like? What do you guys usually like to do? Whether it's a beat, a song, you guys just like sitting around chilling out and
well, we used to do drugs, but we don't do drugs anymore. So now we just like fucking I don't know, we just shoot the shit with each other, fucking
there's been a lot of occasions, but like
fucking smoke a lot of weed and just fucking go from there.
Nice, man. It's a good start.
We used to do a lot of Adderall and stuff like that, and just fucking start writing whatever.
Like I actually
I
took mushrooms. And one day I was like microdosing for like a month to see how it was, and then I took some one morning and I rode my fucking bike all the way down to a studio, and I recorded a song, shot a video in the fucking studio.
The one with like the psychedelic background and shit. Yeah.
That was the first beat I ever made. For him.
Really?
Yeah.
That was dope. I still have a beat saved from you. That I haven't done anything with that I've been like meaning to do something with from like 2 years ago.
I can only imagine.
It actually was pretty good. I remember before we get too deep into this, we're gonna head out to the sponsor. I don't know if it's gonna be flipping ships. We need to, I love that, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going on that. It's flipping ships.
He just came out with some merchandise. Check out the hats.
Yeah, I was gonna say his hats are fire, bro. Everyone from our hometown like wears them as if they don't have any other hats. It's like that hat. It literally is that hat.
It's very professional looking, embroidered.
I would say, truthfully, if you don't got one, you're kind of behind. But it's all right. It's all right. Go get them. Check them out on Instagram, Flippin' Ships without the G. Catch them. Our sponsor for PTP is Flippin' Ships. Flippin' Ships was founded by CEO Jason Reynolds during late quarantine, and Jason is in the business of providing you with entertainment. Whether you're looking for a restored boat in great condition you can take on the lakes, or if you're interested in watching the process go down, Jason's got it all. His TikToks show the process in an entertaining way for all ages, but check out his YouTube videos because they show every detail of the flip. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube for some at-home or on-the-go entertainment. His handle is Flippin' Ships. That's flipping without the G, ships. And be on the lookout for these flip ships soon on Facebook and Instagram. I want to see that shit. What did you do?
We pulled up mad different places. I like put him in a shopping cart and like just pushed him into a snow.
Oh,
bank.
yeah. I saw yours.
He like flew like into like a fucking snowbank. It was like all ice, but we thought it was snow. And, like he just hits that shit. You thought he broke his arm or some shit.
Yeah, I got a tattoo right here.
Stop recording. I'm like, oh, you good?
I got a tattoo right here. I look under this morning. I'm like, what the fuck? And it wasn't the ink. It was just all bruised under.
Damn. What the fuck? Jake was talking about they be doing some Jackass shit.
Yeah. We're Jackass.
Not like snorting wasabi or nothing.
We went to Walmart. I like knocked down like fucking half the Valentine's Day display. I just like one of my arms.
Jackass shit, or just I'm being a jackass?
Yeah. My own version of it. You know, I'm not gonna steal their whole style and shit. You know, I'm gonna be authentic.
Dude, I met
bring your own flag. Jake flag.
I met Steve a couple of months ago. I went to his stand. He does like a stand-up and slash show you like his shit. Yeah, exactly.
That's so fun.
And my uncle upstairs, he bought the tickets like 2 years ago, and then COVID happened or something. So they were literally front row. Like I was leaning on the stage. Yeah. And Steve-O was like right there, bro. And he's like a wicked cool guy. He's like super genuine.
What's his stand-up like?
It's pretty good. It's not really. That's what I'm saying. It's not really like super.
That man's experiencing butt chugging beers and shit.
Like, he's just Steve-O. You know what I mean? It's not much of like a scripted. I mean, it's scripted, but
that was fire.
He doesn't do much. He didn't do anything like live. Like he didn't do any crazy shit live. I think that used to be. I think that used to be it. But I think it's more of him just discussing why he does the shit, and then that's just humorous in itself. Like him trying to explain to you like why he would do this and like why he thought that way, you know, like why he would jump out of a plane while jacking off.
You just put like,
you know what I mean, like shit like that.
I just seen a video. You put like fucking. It was, I don't know who it was, but they sent me. It was like Steve-O like recently putting like hot sauce up his ass or something like that.
Yeah. No, he does that shit, and he also did. He does that shit.
No fucking biggie.
And no, but he did Hot Ones. He's done Hot Ones like twice, and then at the end, it's
some shit.
Exactly. It's Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole or something like that. That's what it's called.
Number 30 on Amazon.
Yeah, and then he just like went like this straight into the eye. Yeah, number 30 on Amazon.
Dude. All the coke and cigarettes and fucking whippets.
Dude, Al Cook does the best Steve-O accent I've ever heard. The impersonation is incredible. But no, he was wicked cool. He kicked some lady out though.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, he was talking about like some shit, and she just kept interrupting him and being like, she was like, no, yeah, like she wasn't really heckling that much, but like she said some shit, and then she kept like just like shaking her head, and then she said some other shit, and he was like, all right, what's your problem? He's like, what's going on, you know? Because he was filming Descended to Johnny Knoxville and Jeff Tremaine to try to get them to like produce it and throw it on somewhere and like make it a thing. Because his last, he did another one before that, and YouTube, nobody took it, nobody wanted to buy his stand up. So he ended up having to like do everything himself and post everything himself and like.
Why do
sell
you think that is?
himself.
Just because he's not a big enough name, or
maybe he's a big name.
Maybe
he's a big name.
But he's not very known in the.
He's a liability.
He's a liability content wise. You know,
I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know like what he's gonna do.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just throws it around so you don't block the camera. Don't block you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he might just be like a liability content-wise. But at that point, like, dude, there's so much shit on so many different like platforms. Like, there's so much bullshit on there. Yeah. Like, if you're really looking for just like financials and views at that point, Steve-O is gonna provide it to like all of us.
Netflix grabbed all of the fucking Jackass.
Dude, Jackass 4 is gonna be huge.
Yeah,
it's gonna be massive.
I'm just surprised that
so excited.
They're so fucking old, bro. Like, watching these, it makes me feel old.
I wish they didn't like fucking kick Bam off, but like he wouldn't get sober for it.
That's dude. Bam was the craziest. He was just the worst.
It like sprung off his ideas because they made Jackass from CKY, which is like his fucking version of Jackass before Jackass was thing with like his
Was that just like YouTube?
Yeah, it was like his hometown friends. Like they were just skating, doing shopping cart bullshit, and then like Jackass became a thing because of that. And now he's not allowed on Jackass, so it's like
that is a weird series.
Yeah. But Steve-O and what's his name, Chris Pontius. had their own show too. It was called like Dirty Boys or something like that. I think.
Dirty Boys.
Something like that. Yeah, I think so. And it was the same thing as like Bam. It was the same thing as Jackass before Jackass. I'm pretty sure. And they would just they did fuck shit and just fucked with people, and like they made people really uncomfortable with their homoerotic humor. You know?
Walking around naked with their fucking dicks out and shit.
Exactly.
Dude, fucking Wee Man walks through the business meeting.
But in the words of Bert Kreischer, Chris Pontius is the Rosa Parks of homoerotic humor.
Oh,
it's kind of true if you think about it. Chris Pontius in every Jackass like had something on his dick, like it was just covering his dick, so like you wouldn't see his dick. And if they would have allowed him and like prohibited him to show his dick on live television / movie sets, he would have done it. He was doing it only for the reason that they wouldn't have been allowed to post whatever he did without it, you know?
Yeah, no, totally. And when it comes down to it, I feel like in that industry, the more wild you are, it's just the more beneficial and more.
That was Bam's kind of name, like name and game. You know what I mean? He was just fucking wild. You know, he would go in his own house and set off fireworks in his house.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Fuck with his parents.
I was say his parents were like the main butt of most of his
respect your parents, kids.
Just like. Fuck shit.
Like they fucking shit on fire and then put it out.
Yeah, they just do some dumb, you know what I mean? Like, but his name and game was just, I'm gonna do something bigger and badder the next time. And the same thing with Steve-O too. Yeah. He's always like trying to up his game, you know what I mean? How crazy can I get?
I'm personally not into the fucking like fill a t-shirt cannon with dog shit and shoot it at the side of your head type stuff. That's not my cup of tea. Like, it's one thing to want to top what you did before.
The funny shit.
No.
I mean, everything's funny in a sense, but like.
I guess that's honestly kind of fucking hilarious too. Let's be real. That's just wild.
He shot fucking. You say he shot shit in his ear?
Yeah, dude, he filled up like a t-shirt cannon with dog shit from around his yard.
Steve Will Do It filled up. Like, Steve Will Do It had the cannon.
His idea was to shoot himself in the face with it, but instead he shot himself in the ear and ruptured his eardrum.
He's gonna get, like,
and he filled his ear with shit.
With shit? Yeah. Like, what is the entertainment?
Yeah, I never got that. But truthfully, I never understood the whole thing because, like, I never understood wanting to hurt myself for somebody else's
Well, we
like,
got a
pleasure.
podcast, you know? We're not doing fucking...
Yeah, I mean, that says it says enough in itself. We're talking, we're smoking weed. They're jumping off roofs.
I'll fucking do some stupid shit for fucking entertainment.
What is some
I don't know. I'm not a... I mean, like... I was always like I'm always good with pain, but like I don't want to get hurt. Like it's like never a thing where like I was like, this could get me really like poorly injured, and then it was like, all right, let's do it. And it was always like, I should not do that, and then I watch other people do it.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Exactly. Yeah,
but like I'm really into bridge jumping and shit.
Yeah, bridge jumping's fun.
See, I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
really?
Why?
See, like this is what I'm saying.
Is it a water thing or is it a height thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, cause like my friends brought me to like a fucking there's like a fucking 20-foot bridge, and then there's like a 50-foot bridge like down the train track.
I went there. It's Oxford. No, Oxbow. In Lancaster. It's like you pull up to the parking lot, it's just a little one right there. Yeah.
So like I jumped off the smaller one, and then
it's
like
I
didn't know
50,
about the bigger
feet.
one. We get that one, I'm like, oh fuck that. I see my friends doing like flips off and shit.
I might have brought that up to
you. Like they didn't even test the waters, just jumping off. Like they fucking went to like the fucking top of the bridge and then like did a flip off. I'm like, dude, you could die. Like what the fuck?
I've always thought of it like this. All right, there's people who are flippers and people who want to be flippers. You know what I mean? Personally, I'm not a fucking flipper, and I don't goddamn want to be. So I guess there's 3 categories, all right? But you know, like when it comes down to it, those crazy motherfuckers who will sit down and be like, "Hey, like look at me, I'm doing a goddamn flip." Yeah. You know, that shows something about their personality. Yeah. It's a couple layers.
Yeah.
You know.
You ever watch South Park?
Love South Park.
So I love South Park. There's this episode where like I forget her name. She starts growing breasts. And all the boys they start making like No, you're right. She starts like growing breasts, and then all the guys they're like noticing like she's like something's weird about her, like she's changing, right? It's kind of like what you said, like guys around girls, you know what I mean, or like whether it be that, it's like it's turning to
you're
like
flippers or you're not a flipper. You're a flipper or you're not a flipper. Yeah.
So it's like sometimes you just gotta like grab it by the fucking balls, dude, and just be like, I'm getting coochie tonight. Fuck
Yo,
it.
bro, said like a true flipper. Personally,
Bro.
not a flipper. You know.
Yeah, no, neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more of like a hang back and maybe
Dude,
make
I'm
a little
a
snide
flipper
comment
off the
that's kinda
bridge,
clever,
though.
You know, personality.
That bridge is crazy though.
Yeah,
at Oxbow.
yeah.
So
like
you
my
pull
homie,
up.
like climbed the fucking top
Who?
of the fucking
Who?
thing. My boy Tom.
Oh,
He just
dude, I know
fucking-
Jake Vallotton, my boy. Shout out Jake. He was also the one who got scammed by the Bitcoin people that I was talking about earlier.
Stupid Jake.
He
True flipper.
he for $100, I'm gonna bet him $100 he wouldn't flip off the top of it, and he like went up to the top and flipped off the top of it, and like
That
so
shit's badass.
no, it's crazy, bro. Like I don't like words can't define how crazy this is because it's literally a real ass railroad track.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
each space in between the
Yeah.
wood
Yeah.
is enough to fit a human being. Like you
Yeah.
could slip in, like you
He
could just
took it a
go
step
right in
farther
between.
and fucking
And,
scaled
and
that thing.
not only is that, it's probably 50 is a minimum. I'd say I'd probably say 50
It's
to
high
60
as
feet.
fuck.
But
And
you
then
see,
you gotta
like,
climb another
videos on,
30.
like, the
I walked
mass
across it. I
Instagram
didn't even
pages
fucking
of
like
people.
that, so
Yeah.
I was not jumping
Yeah.
off the fucking thing.
I was
like,
sketched. I jumped off
Because
it.
you know, like the wood, like that is like fucking holding you. It's like I'm gonna like
Bless
fall
your
through that. I'm
soul.
not gonna jump.
I was scared. No, because it's like the wood is probably 2 steps long,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
2 footsteps.
Yeah.
But then the space in between is also 2 footsteps.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
you
far.
gotta take
always
long
high,
steps.
so like I was like fucking
And I'm
anxious,
high as
and I'm,
fuck.
like,
Yeah,
fucking,
and I'm
like,
getting
all over the
scared,
place,
exactly.
So I'm like, I'm gonna die.
I walked to as far as I needed to go to jump
That's
off.
my
I'm gonna
thought too.
die.
Yeah, that's my first instinct.
But I tried
Fucking
to.
back up, get the fuck out of there.
I flip off the small bridges, just like single backflips is all I really can do, just because like you got hair on your face. And just
That's
because,
just right.
dude, it's awesome, man. Like being able to do that shit and like land it correctly,
Yeah.
it feels fantastic. And actually, Chris taught me how to flip.
Chris Chow?
Yeah,
Shout out Chris
I
Chow.
was on the trampoline at Joey Nermy's and Michael Nermy's house one day, and we were just like jumping around, flipping around, and he was doing some crazy shit, and I was just like, dude, I've always wanted to flip. He's like, just jump and then like knee yourself in the face, and then just land, and then like.
And then don't knee yourself in the
Yeah,
face.
You know what I mean? And then he was just like, he literally said that, and then he was like, just try it a couple times. And then he went through like a process. It was like 3 steps to try. And then like I did it right there and then, and like since then I could backflip. But I tried it off that little bridge. It's probably 20 feet right when you first show up.
Like I jumped on that one.
I got a
fuck,
1.5
like, fuck
flipping.
Yeah.
I hadn't flipped in months. I just got back from my road trip. I hadn't jumped off any bridges all summer, and I got off my.
You said 1.5. You belly flop or something?
Yeah, I know. So that's what happened. So I got up, I flipped, right? And I wasn't thinking, like, when you jump off a bridge, like, that's like 20 feet, 15 feet, you don't have to tuck.
Yeah.
You jump and you literally just put your head back, and your body's momentum just pulls it. And if you
do tuck, you'll
if
over
you
rotate.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking flip off this bridge, right?
Damn.
So I jumped up in the air and just tucked. And by the time I already like landed the first time, I was looking straight at Nico Sosa and Nico Gonzalez, who I'd gone with. I'm looking them dead in the face, literally, as I'm like going down, and then I'm just going like this backwards, and then I landed straight on my face.
Damn.
So I like literally did exactly
Should've gone for
1.5 flips.
Yeah.
But I could have landed 2 though, but I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
But like that shit was the most. And then I jumped
That
off the
shit was crazy.
50
Didn't
foot
even
bridge,
need to.
and that shit was awful, man.
Yeah.
That shit was
This is
terrifying.
fucked.
Like it was crazy. I don't get how people will do shit like that in like a porta potty and like
Yeah.
like land into a lake.
Yeah.
Steve-O.
Yeah.
You did
To
that?
bring it all back, yeah.
And Jackass,
I think he
like,
landed in a
late.
lake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's like
Fun.
shit all around
Yeah,
him.
he was in a loaded porta potty, got bungeed up in like a mega bungee, and like
Yeah.
it was like a slingshot.
It's like a
and,
crane or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Like
Dude,
just
I can
launched
totally
up in the
imagine
air.
them like sitting around a business table, coming up with these like goddamn ideas.
Like we have this
like-
much for our budget.
Yeah, right.
Jeff Tremaine, like
Dude,
Jeff
trying
Tremaine
to
goes up. and
like very, very rationally and legitimately planning
How much
like
fucked
these
up shit can we add to
aspects.
one fucking
Yeah,
idea?
right.
Yeah.
Well, that-
Literally.
to a level, it's like pretty intellectual because
I mean, it's
the
definitely
act itself,
genius.
the act itself isn't. Don't get me wrong, but the marketing and the idea
Yeah,
of this is how we
exactly.
catch the
If
people's
it works,
attention.
it works.
Yeah.
And it works. And they have like that format, like the and then it just pulls up like the title of the segment, which is always some funny ass shit. And then they just start it off like it's like a podcast me at the beginning. They're like, "Here, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and I'm here with whatever, and we're about to do some we're about to do dumb shit. This is Jackass." You know what I mean? They have like their branded thing that works
Absolutely,
every
man.
time. time.
you see it, then, like, or someone else doing it, even if it's not the Jackass guys, you know what they're trying to get at. You know what I mean? They're doing a Jackass.
Literally, just like he said though, he was like, "Yeah, we're doing some Jackass type shit."
Yeah.
They have their own branded thing. It's like hurt yourself on camera.
Dude, but that has something to say about consistency. You know what I mean? Whether that means like releasing music consistently or just having like the same attitude or energy when you enter the studio. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to wake up every day and want it the same, if not more than you did yesterday.
Yeah. Metro Boomin, I always say, but Metro Boomin said you got to work on that one thing every day. Just one thing. If you work on at least one thing, you're gonna see yourself grow. That's just that consistency factor. But I was also gonna say, you kind of get like a what's going on over there?
It's a fucking bug.
There was a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug,
dude. The first podcast we ever did, there was 2 mosquitoes that kept flying on the microphones and then like through the camera and on the and it was making the noise. You could hear them. It was crazy. But I think the Jackass thing says a lot to speak about like clout chasing in general, like with people on the internet and just doing the videos and doing the whatever for whatever.
Well, everyone says like why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? Like it's so simple. Why didn't I think of that? But in reality, like there's some like you didn't think of it.
But
and then there's an original, and then there's copies afterwards.
Yeah, of course. But the point I'm trying to get to is like there's a it's like different now though. TikTok has like changed it. You don't have to like have your own brand. You don't have to do like, you know what I mean? Like Jackass had its own thing. It's original. It's authentic. You know, literally people on TikTok could take somebody else's thing that's authentic and then just do it again, and then it's their thing now.
No,
and they,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Fucking like screen record videos, put a little fucking square there,
and they just go,
and that's a new fucking trendy video. It's like, it's so.
We said this last podcast.
Dude, it makes me look.
They're pointing like with the fucking background,
and then like they're getting views
shit.
because it's like whatever they're like reacting to is actually entertaining, so people will watch it for that. And it's like you say, clout chasing. You know what I mean?
Fuck Gen Z and fuck whatever comes after.
It's like people's brand is being trendy.
I hate our generation. It's so fucking.
You know, but that's where like I think that the collectivism from the very beginning comes together is because like. The podcast in general, but like making music with people, you can really tell like who's cool, not even who's cool, but like who's real and who's not. Like, you know, who's pulling this bullshit and who's not. And like the podcast is almost like a way of like, I don't want to say weeding them out because like I don't want that to be like the
kids are out here that rap like I got guns, I'm gonna
exactly.
Shit.
But then like I had you on the podcast.
Even if that's what you're saying in your music, bro, like it gives you a chance to like show yourself, you know what I mean? Say what you want to say, like whether that message is like a shitty message or a good message. Now it's up for people to decide. You know what I mean? Like so in that sense, I agree. Like it's a good way of like it's like a genuine test.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but not only with like, you know, just like what you rap about, but just like, you know, you come on the podcast and you preach some shit or whatever, and then like we get out the podcast and it's not like what it is, you know. Then it's an easy way to see that because like you were putting on for the camera. You know what I mean? So it's cool to be able to do that. And you know, it's always cool to see that people don't change. So know? Like the same person I met 2-3 weeks ago or whatever, you know, like
it was
genuine.
You know what's crazy too is dude. Like fucking going into that scene of like seeing you like jam out with all the others, like seeing you going crazy, bro, rapping over like fucking like psychedelic rock is fire, dude.
It's fire, dude. Thank you, but we need to get some shit in with Dawson too. We need to get him on the fucking
shout out
dude.
Dawson's
fire on the guitar.
What does he play?
He plays a guitar.
Dawson shreds on the.
He can play anything though.
Him and Liam play guitar on Liam's like solo guitar and Dawson is like rhythm. I guess you call it. So like, but like he does really fucking good. He's really good.
Name a song, he'll just bust it out.
He's like the dude. He's the dude who weighs the catchy hoop. You know what I mean? Like the shit from the beginning that's fire.
It snowballs.
It's like some wah wah. You know, it's like wow wow wow, and then like on top of that, Liam's doing some plucking and some cool shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's on the fucking MIDI wall rapping, doing textures and shit. I'm like.
No, that was cool. You know that thing I showed you over the FaceTime?
Oh,
he had like a synthesizer
Dude, that
had
fucking crazy.
So I was just going crazy on that
thing?
too.
Do you remember what it's called?
It was made by
Akai?
Maybe. Yeah, I think it might have been actually.
Yeah.
But dude, you were spitting some shit too that was fire. And like I was but that was like the moment when I was like, yo, like he spit some fire shit and then like when we got in the car and you were trying to tell me you were being more producer, I was like, bro, you need to spit that shit. Like, that was fire. But we need to get on that vibe, that like kind of sublimey, like rap and rock and roll, but like, you know, mix them together.
Oh yeah, and I fuck with all music, honestly. Like, dude, I was really like when I was doing fucking shout out my brother Dominic, man. He got me hip to so many fucking like really good EDM artists. Dude, like raves, all that, like, you know what I mean? Like, me and him are trying to go to Strange Creek this year.
What is that?
It's like a little hippie festival.
Wormtown.
Yeah.
Western Mass.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Dude, EDM has like a crazy scene, bro.
Hell yeah. And I get a lot of inspiration with my music. Like, I get this certain feeling now. It's almost like PTSD from doing so many drugs like that. And when I feel like that way, when I hear something, like, it's almost like goosebumps, but it's not. It's kind of like...
It's like nostalgic in a sense.
Yeah.
Not nostalgic.
And negativeness.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Would you consider it to be negative?
No, it's sometimes it could be, but it's like, it's more of like...
It's positive for me. I did one last night.
It's like if I feel a certain way, like I feel how I did on those, you know what I mean, about something I made now, it's like okay with me, you know what I mean? I'm not really debating about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%, man.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing, like trying to spit it out, but like, you know what I mean?
No, it's something like that. It's definitely something you have to experience to be able to understand.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful as fuck. I'm not like schizophrenic yet or something from all the acid I did or something like that.
No, I know the like
Always
the
be grateful,
psychedelic, like the fear of like the feeling somebody else is doing it, or like that, like it's coming to hit you kind of idea, like, you know what I mean? There's there's a certain amount of paranoia and fear that sets in with like those things.
Like working at fucking combies, dude. I seeing those types of dudes while I'm sober and shit, you know what I mean? I'm just like, am I fucking stupid? Like, you know what I mean? Am I like going crazy? Like slowly, but then I'm like, nah. Because sometimes like dudes would come in and like maybe go into the bathroom, right? One night this dude was in the bathroom and some guy came out, he's like, listen, I need to take a fucking shit, and there's this guy in this bathroom. And I'm like, alright. So I go into the bathroom and I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to kick this guy out, like, you know what I mean? I don't want nothing to do with this, I could care less. And so I'm walking over to the bathroom and I look through the stall, because there's only one urinal and then the stall, right? And I look
like, don't make me clean.
So I see him running back and forth in the stall and listening to like some heavy metal music, and he's getting amped up in there, and I can smell like fucking shit, dude. And then
like literal shit, or like
like it smelled like shit. And so I looked through the little crack, bro. And
he was listening to music while he was like going to the bathroom.
Yeah, on his speaker.
On a speaker?
Yeah, like on his phone. And so I go in there and I'm looking through the crack, right? And he's getting all amped up, walking back and forth, and he looks at me, and dude, I said I'm out of this, right? I walk out and I get fucking my boss Adam. I'm like, dude, you gotta take care of this. Dude. And he just took care of it. He's like, you gotta leave, man. You know what I mean? No hard feelings, but you know you can't stay here. And just like creepy shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be on that fucking shit. You know what I mean?
No, I see that
you got a good head on your shoulders, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
but
if you got a good bullshit meter, like innately, almost like instinctually, you know what I mean? Then at all lengths in life, you'll be okay.
I think the fact that you have the awareness of that, like you don't want to be there, and like you saw that, and you saw like see all these people, it's a reference point for like, you know, that's where I don't want to be. So now I got to do this shit to be at where I want to be. You know?
There's something to be said about perspective. You know.
Dude, that's the whole thing that started the podcast, was just like I wanted people to see everyone's perspective, because like social media is not enough. There's not enough time in those whatever amount or whatever you post.
Like a 1 minute.
I struggle to love-hate relationship because it's the best promoting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best marketing business there ever was.
I'm a 17-year-old
tool
rapper
if you want to make it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also like a useless time-wasting tool. Also,
but because in the end, like, there's two sides to it. There's the consumer, and then there's them who has to make money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they're literally just trying to keep you on there for as long as possible, feed you things that kind of make you question your reality, so you stay on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that be like, I don't know. Like, I remember a while ago when there was all the police brutality shit going on. I would watch like hours of fucking just like
from like activists would post like an hour-long thing.
Just like have a video of a cop there. Yeah. Like I noticed that like naturally I was just getting angry at cops, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, I fucking hate cops.
I do too, as well, 110%.
Well, they push a narrative hard as like a whole app, like whether that be Instagram, Facebook, whatever. They're pushing an agenda and a narrative, like for sure.
Because they see what you interact with. Exactly. Because that was the point of the story. I wasn't trying to say anything about police brutality or even like my opinion towards police. But like it more than anything is like if you bite the hook, bro, they'll fucking yank you along as far as they can.
But notice that you don't see any of that shit anymore though, because it's not like a trending thing in the news anymore, you know. And also like I saw some shit. Remember Izzy said that shit where it was like some lady was like oh, we're still talking about BLM, and then it was like. Izzy G who I had on the camera was like, yo, like I didn't know slavery ended after 4 months of news media or whatever, you know.
I'm pretty sure.
But it's crazy they pushed that mad hard when all that like George Floyd and all that like serious shit happened, but then no longer it's being like pushed as like hard by like even like social media like alone, like, you know, that was the main idea is like social media like. They push along whatever news that they're coordinating with is pushing along as well. They're like forcing that shit along because you don't see that shit anywhere anymore, bro. Like nowhere. There's like one.
It's
like
not real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're just pushing the
social
agenda.
situations and even like the comparative nature of going through there. Like you look at people who post things that are not even what they actually go through on a daily basis. They like. Deliberately curate some situation
and shit that you don't even want to hear about. Like I'll go on Instagram and be like, I don't want to hear about Drake took a new shit or something like that. You know what I mean? Like who cares?
Kanye's fucking baby problem.
That's wild.
I just get caught up in bullshit too on like reels. By the way, they've like completely copied TikTok and made like their own thing.
Fucking Instagram.
Yeah, because you click on it, it opens you up into a different thing.
I feel
and then like fuck Instagram now it's turning into
it's not the artist. It's not the artist's fault either. Like with that Drake thing or anything, it's not the artist's fault really. It's just like
paparazzi.
Yeah, paparazzi. Like imagine being at that level with like where you have to like whatever you fucking do, you go outside to take a piss or something like that. You know what I mean? You're getting your fucking dick on camera from someone that's in the bushes.
I always think of that video of Kanye when he like gets out of his car at 4 a.m. in the morning.
They're like, good morning, Kanye.
Good morning, Kanye. He's like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, get the fuck out of here. Like he runs up on him. He's like, you know,
shut up. I be tweaking now, like looking out my window, thinking someone's like looking at me, but like. Imagine fucking thinking like, imagine having the actual audience of like millions of people just like, you know, wondering where you fucking doing, and, you know, trying to get into the hotel you're staying at that night.
For you?
Yeah, they're coming from the back. I see that. But no, I mean like, you know what I mean? You always gotta keep your head on your shoulders, look around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy to see how things progress. Like go back before social media, so what, like 15 years? Yeah. Something like that. Like it was paparazzi physically selling magazines. Like you were paparazzi who was an independent photographer who would like go follow these people around and like on some Peter Parker shit.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Sell it to some paper. You know what I mean?
And what's his name? The guy from that '70s show. That's exactly who I was thinking about. Like they're competing. They're like an independent fucking photographer. You know? That's how it used to be.
Well, yeah, dude, and
now it's TMZ.
Now it's like a step further, where it's like these like gotcha moments where it's like it goes on Instagram, and then the second it's posted, it turns into like exactly. It's like a fucking virus, like infecting everyone's minds as if that's like something that's important to focus on. You know?
And then 2 weeks later, there's something new.
It's mindless. A day later. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's kind of crazy how fast like that shit makes you think like no. It's crazy how that type of shit makes you like feel like life's moving faster than it really is. You know what I mean? When you tend to stay away from shit like that, I try so fucking hard, but like, you know what I mean? I can't talk to someone fucking, you know, another like city over without, you know, calling them up first or something. But when it comes to like social media, it's like, it tends to make you feel like life's moving too fast. You know what I mean? You see the newest drops, you see the newest things. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I also feel that like a lot of that shit makes you feel like you should be better than you are, or like you should be
100%.
you should be there, and it makes a lot of people like envious, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like a lot of people are doing like what we're doing, and then like there's a need to like show yourself rather than like do the same shit that everybody else is doing, because like I see so much of the same shit over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, like I like Instagram, like I love supporting everyone too, and like just like, you know what I mean, it doesn't matter if it's just like there is this side of like social media where it's like you can find like, you know what I mean, shit you like that's just weird, you know what I mean, because everyone has their like little corner of like the internet where they just like it's kind of cool at the same time. I mean, I think
Reddit's pretty dope.
Reddit's pretty fucking
dope.
Yeah.
Our sponsor for PTP is Flippin' Ships. Flippin' Ships was founded by CEO Jason Reynolds during late quarantine, and Jason is in the business of providing you with entertainment. Whether you're looking for a restored boat in great condition you can take on the lakes, or if you're interested in watching the process go down, Jason's got it all. His TikToks show the process in an entertaining way for all ages, but check out his YouTube videos because they show every detail of the flip. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube for some at-home or on-the-go entertainment. His handle is Flippin' Ships. That's flipping without the G, ships. And be on the lookout for these flip ships soon on Facebook and Instagram. The point of the story is fuck social media. Yeah. Because it's only good for marketing. But I said in the last podcast too, we do need more fucking sponsors. Somebody needs to hit us up.
Oh yeah.
Anybody. We like social media.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But this is where, you know, besides the marketing part, it's like you said, how am I supposed to reach that dude the next city over who's doing some cool shit, or even like countries away who's doing some cool shit, trying to collab with me.
And maybe the word sponsor isn't the right word, because like we honestly just want
to advertise.
Bring love to someone
it's not
who's
like,
also trying to be
not
on a
like
come up.
I'm gonna pay you or you're gonna pay me.
Yeah,
I just you're just gonna give me a video and then I'm just gonna advertise it to whoever makes it to the podcast and sees the commercial break.
And we're just trying to like put on people who don't typically have that opportunity. You know what I mean? So definitely just let us know.
Well, dude, like even like you were like flipping ships, like as I was saying it, you know, like he's branded as like the sponsor, you know. But it's the same thing with like, you know, any podcast. Like Joe Rogan has like his like, you know, Traeger grills and all that other shit that, you know what I mean?
They give him a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, but that's different. But still, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them are like shit that he actually fucks with, and like you're not gonna promote it unless he actually fucks with it. And like in this case, it's our actual people. You know, it's like it's our people that we're trying to promote. So local businesses too. I'd love to like get like a restaurant too. Like some like restaurant just throws us a little video, or like just even a voice thing.
Well, here's some crazy fucking getcha. You interviewed him. He fucking worked at the Cumbies I was working in, and I was always.
Is he famous at the Cumbies?
Well, yeah, everyone knows him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. That's awesome. I was saying this, dude. Everybody knows them, bro. I don't know. Everyone knows Getcha. We're going there on Thursday morning, and we're doing a podcast in their store.
Yeah, he.
It's gonna be good shit.
Stay tuned.
He quit Cumbies, and I was actually like inspired because when I was in high school,
like hell yeah, I'm gonna quit here too.
Yeah.
freshman year, I saw like the start of like, because my boy Zeus and like everyone that I know, like they buy shoes. Everyone buys shoes, but he was selling them on Snap, like fucking, like people were trapping. And then he started selling these shoes and getting bigger and bigger, dude. And it was just mad inspiring to see, like, I'm working at the same gas station he did, kind of like in the same spot. So it's like, it's just dope as fuck to have someone in the community that's like came from like the fucking gutter all the way to the top.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not even maybe I like when I was talking about the rap people, like there's no big artists out of the area, but like you know, maybe we need to look up to the people who are like big like that. You know what I mean? Because they do come from the same background. Like so, like you said, it's like, if you were to blow up like as a rapper and like go up or whatever, and then you go in an interview and like you be like, yo, me and Get Your Sneakers worked at the same Cumberland Farms and we quit like two separate times, but like, you know, like that's just like a crazy fact that could get put out into the world. You know, shit like that, that's crazy as fuck, dude. Shout out Get Your. Everyone knows them because everybody wants sneakers.
Because they fire too.
Everyone wants J's. I saw you got. They posted you. You got your first pair of J's.
I got a shitload.
Dude, everyone wants to sell sneakers. The good thing about Getcha is that they're marketing whizzes. Bro.
The Snapchat. They were like such a nuance.
Shoe craze where I bought like fucking 4 pairs within like a month or two.
Dude, I remember they posted a picture of you when you got like your first pair of J's ever. That was sick. Because that's gonna be That's sick.
Oh yeah.
Get's just fire because like they're a nuanced kind of marketing.
Yeah.
They started with the Snapchat and they finessed social media for what it was.
Yeah.
And then they took all that and made it into a real store and still do it to this day.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even have to be like, oh, what do they got? You know what I mean? You literally see it and like, all right, I'm pulling up. And then like while you're there, you could find other shit. They also do like deals and shit.
I like just walking around looking around.
Yeah.
Fucking page.
And they're also like, they're like, if we need water, bring a pack of water and you get a free pair of shoes or something like that. You know, shit like that. Yeah. Like they literally do shit like that.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
Or they'll be like,
somebody's gonna come.
sometimes they'll just be like, free pair of sneakers. First person to show up gets them. And they have thousands of people, so it's like if you're close, you gotta go, bro. Like it's been like
5 minutes from Summer Street.
it's been like I've been like 17 minutes one time, and I was like, you guys still need that water? He's like, nah, it was like gone. Like someone already brought it. I was like, 17 minutes, like that's the amount of time it took.
4 or 5 people bringing like things of water.
They're
like, well, fuck, I don't need these, bro. Like, keep them. Next thing you know, bro.
Yo, they actually posted a picture. They posted a picture. They had a stack of water.
Yeah.
They literally had like 10 or 15 like packs of water. Exactly, and then they were probably like, nah, bro, sorry, it's gone. Like, ah, fuck, you keep it anyways.
That's genius, bro.
It is genius. That's crazy. Nah, that was smart. I didn't even think about. They probably thought about that too. That's genius marketing. Dude, no, but they're super cool.
Yeah, super cool, super cool. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier with loving what you do. Yeah. Like some people will have a hobby and they'll just like consume and they'll buy shoes and love shoes, and that's amazing. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But then other people will just like love it and want to make a business out of it.
Consumers and producers.
Yeah, no, 100%. And middlemen, bro. There's fucking people who are just like resellers.
Yeah,
you know?
I fucking hate that because like you know those Grateful Dead fucking Nikes that like they're all fuzzy and shit.
Yeah,
they're fucking $1,200 now.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
well, it does have its like
thing, bro.
Yeah,
it's like, no, it's fucked.
No, dude, do research ahead of time. Grab whatever it is.
Nah, there was like a limited drop.
See, here it is though. Here it is. Here's the two sides of the coin right here.
That's why
literally.
I like the reseller market.
It's because like
at the same time, but like.
It's genius when you're trying to be the person who's producing the thing.
Awesome, but like, you know, on the other side, like, fuck that.
No, but it does like the whole designer anything game has like completely changed because of the resale thing, and especially because of Snapchat alone. Yeah, like it has made that the premier platform to sell pretty much anything, like
fuck
at
Snapchat.
all.
They don't like selling anything.
Yeah, they definitely don't like people selling drugs. No. That's for sure. Yeah. But but when you're talking about like
against that.
If you're talking about selling clothes and shoes, it's like completely revolutionized the way that happens because you got this shoe and he has that shoe, but his price is a little bit less. I'm just gonna go to him and it's like whatever. But then like that guy's just gonna keep getting those shoes and keep getting those shoes, and he bought 10 of them. Whatever, you know what I mean, and he's just making exactly. But it's like the like the way blockchain works with like the royalties and shit. How it just goes down the line. It's the same thing with like shoes and shit. When like you buy the shoe and I sold it to you for $190, like off, I bought it for $160, and then like the next day you were like, nah, I want that shoe, and I was like, all right, I'll sell it to you for $200. So it's $40. Now you're gonna take that shoe because you're a reseller too, and you're gonna sell it for $250. And then, like, as the price goes up on this shoe, because everybody else is doing that as well, on, like, StockX and all that other bullshit, then it just keeps going down the line. And there's, like, such a large community of, like, resellers just trying to get shoes back and forth. That it's just, like, literally, that's how, like, it stays consistently and, like, going high and high and high. It's because, like, everyone's just buying and upping the price, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Because you need to make profit.
Yeah, and even, like, it's crazy to look at how, like you said, there's a limited edition. They'll release, like, 25 or 100, like, whatever it is, and the price will adjust accordingly.
I think limited edition is like thousands though still.
Yeah, no, I'm
it's
sure.
It's like 1,000 or they're like 4 that I don't know. It was like probably more than that though.
Probably 10,000.
The Grateful Dead ones are like you can find them. You can find them anywhere. It's
I
not
went
like
too
you can't
small.
find them.
Whatever it is,
but I get what you're saying.
The scale is.
I didn't mean it like that, but I
no,
just meant
you're right. You know, I feel it.
Like they got plenty of kids in fucking like little sweatshops fucking doing issues for them. I'm sure they
stitching on the Grateful Dead like logos and fur and shit. But no, they're not like they're not hard to
Bastards.
find. Like they have them. Like Get Your Sneakers has probably multiple pairs at their stores, and like people sell them all the time. But they are $12.50. Some crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a car on my feet. You know what I
It's
mean?
like a car on
My first car was like about the fucking.
Yeah.
But like, but you know, like, but that's because the people like I remember it was at like 500 at one point. It was like 525 off like the drop. They bought it for like it was like a $300 shoe because it was so limited off like retail.
3 months
It was
later,
like $525. Like they were like Get Your Sneakers was selling it for like $500 at one point. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that because it might be wrong, but it was something like that. It'd be like $200 on like a pair of shoes. You know, like that's crazy. But then the next person bought that was like, I need to make some money. They made $200. I'm gonna make at least 150, 200. Let me sell that shit for 650, 700, and then fucking now it's at 1250, bro. Like that's like it's just crazy. But then you also like
replicas.
you read my mind,
and
bro. I was
shit,
like, you can just buy fakes, bro. I mean, like, it's also like a disrespect to the community
Fuck the
of like
Art,
that. You know what I mean?
Fuck that community.
It's like because I don't know. I just think that like personally, I don't really wear like shoes that are really expensive because I don't have a lot of money, so I can't buy shoes that are really expensive.
If I like something, I can get it, like eventually, but like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not like a fucking pretentious.
Like I've always wanted a pair of Jordan ones
I'll
my
fuck
entire
up my
life.
Jordan, I don't care. Like I fucking.
No, I feel that. Well, but at the same time, like. It's good to keep your shit in good condition just for the resale.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about it though. Like,
yeah.
Like they're mine.
Like 100%. I feel that.
At that point, yeah. But that's how I feel about the shoes that I spend $30 on.
But when you get called out,
that's what I
like
don't get about the fakes.
if some scientist comes up and he's like, "Yo, your shoes are fake," like someone like Get Your Sneakers or something, like, oh shit, and they start rashing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then it's also like what I mean by disrespect is like these people like literally have like thousands of dollars invested in, and then we went to like AliExpress and bought it for like $58 or some bullshit, you know, and then it comes in and like, you know, exactly, like that shit, you know, it's like you're just like, I don't want to say like it's because you're cutting them out of the deal, but it's also like, you know, the authenticity, like the I don't know, authenticity of it, like the genuine.
I more than anything question why someone would buy a fake. Because like at that point in time, why not just spend that equal amount of money?
It's like an investment at that
like,
point. Well, shoes are an investment.
No. I get like if someone's a middleman, like they're buying them to resell them. Sure, like you got to make them $1. You know what I mean? And there's definitely going to be people who want them.
Yeah.
Even if they know they're fake. You know what I mean? You know.
I would like
it's true.
See, like I fucking bought like there's New York Bling Bling. It's like on John Fitch Highway. They got like FUBUs and shit. But like rocking like replicas and like fakes, it's like me personally, it's like if I like a shoe, if I'm willing to go for like a replica, I'm gonna really like fuck with the style of the shoe. I don't give a fuck. It's the same fucking material. Like,
no,
you know what
I
mean?
agree.
I'm just gonna have a sneakerhead come up to me and rash me, but fuck it. You know what I mean?
No, I totally.
Yeah.
There's definitely sides to it. I was probably boiling it down to something too simplistic. I wasn't trying to be pretentious.
No, for sure. I just like to stick to the classics, bro. Like I have like $30 Reebok shoes. You know what I mean? Like I just wear like those like Air Force Ones, black and white. You know, like simple shit.
I got this jacket at fucking Walmart.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, all my pants are from Target or Walmart because they sell like Wrangler cargos and like Wrangler jeans for like $10 at Walmart, and then the cargos are like $20 at Target.
Oh yeah, no,
they have all different colors.
People sleep on thrift shopping. I mean,
dude, 80% of my clothing has come from Salvation Army, bro. It is the shit. You find the illest steals.
Yeah, dude.
Like, we were going through Lowell one time. And,
that was sick.
So like this this thrift store was having a sale. Yeah, they are.
I've never been in a pawn shop.
Really?
But so this thrift shop was having a sale where you pay like $25. They'll give you like a little tote bag, and you fill up the tote bag with anything that fits.
No, but like this wasn't no ordinary Salvation Army. This was like trendy, like bougie shit. Like there was a Marlboro cigarettes duffel bag in the window next to a pair of red ones. there were retro ones in like a Marlboro like duffel bag next to each. And you remember that in the window? They were, like right, it was like
but the line was going down the fucking street. Like apparently people like know that this is a thing, and they'll come from far and fucking wide to wait in this line right before they open. You know what I mean? Which is dope. Like
hell yeah, it's dope.
But it's like it's like the clothes and shoes now have become a thing that you can just automatically turn into anything else after you've worn it. Like you can take this shirt now and you could try to like go sell it to somebody else.
Well, what's that fucking app that I'm seeing ads for? Depop.
Yeah.
I'm
Mercari.
I don't like the people that go to
Pushmart
and then resell shit on there because
that's
like,
a fucking thing.
Well, dude,
yeah,
it's the
you
same
can
thing
just
as like going to a pawn shop
I didn't
and
know that
seeing
was a
that they
thing.
don't know what they have,
Yeah.
grabbing it and then reselling it for its actual value. So you
It's
know
like
what I
a
mean?
thrift. It's like an online thrift store.
We should like rebel and start shitting in pants and shit and like selling it to them. You know what I mean?
We're
Fuck
like
the
we
company.
post it what it looks like, and then you
Yeah.
just like you
It's
ruin
like-
it and sell it.
Why are you already selling?
Send
Like,
it to some.
it's already used. I mean, like I
The
kind of
logo
get it.
is
But
shit in your pants.
it's kind of weird, dude.
Yeah. You're like, I wore it.
Yeah.
You send it with a message like, sorry, I wore it one last time. I didn't want to
Lightly
let go. And I took.
Lightly used.
Lightly used. I sneezed. I sneezed.
Dude,
Holy shit! But yeah, I
That's
don't.
hilarious.
That's like vultures, like selling thrift shop clothes. Like it's already fucking cheap, dude.
Yeah.
no, but that's just the business end of it,
Oh,
bro. See?
I know what you're saying now.
You know what I mean?
I'm kind
They're-
of stupid. Like
so
they
they're,
find like
like-
steals, like old shit, like the Marlboro
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
sell
and
it.
then
Yeah.
but that's more of a store presence.
Yeah.
What I mean from like the apps is more like
Yeah.
I have all these clothes
Mm.
and like I don't want to wear them anymore, you know,
Yeah.
and I don't want to just donate them because I spent money on these clothes.
Yeah.
You just post it on the app for
Mm.
like $10 or
Yeah.
whatever, and then you just get a free shipping label, and then you just go pay for shipping, and they
Yeah.
pay you, and you just ship
Dude,
it
I
over to them.
always
It's
like
not
an
a
online
bad
thrift store.
business idea. It's like
That's what I'm
start
saying.
fucking
Buy
doing
it there
that.
and then sell it
Yeah.
online.
Bro, it's not bad, no, but like I always feel bad for like those little bins, you know, like when you're like driving into like the Walmart parking lot, and you can
Yeah.
like throw your bag of clothes
Yeah,
in there.
like the people who need the clothes, and you're
I
like getting the
always
money.
think of like the fucking bullshit that people because people
Oh,
are now just selling
man.
it, dude. So like people
I ain't-
probably
I thought you
give
were
like
talking about like
scummy
trash
ass
that people
clothes.
leave there.
No, I thought you were
I,
saying
dude, I
people
have
leave
seen
it.
people leave like cribs, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
need it anymore.
Even trash, dude.
Like
They're like, I don't
mattresses,
need it.
fucking TVs,
Yeah.
fucking all sorts of crazy
Dude, I've
shit.
seen
Wild.
people in them, bro. you know how it's like they make it almost impossible because like the thing tips up and it has like the thing on the back, so it like,
Yeah.
goes like this. They're like in between, wedged in. Okay,
Stealing
I've been. It was in
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
walking by and like I just like walked by and like someone was like literally head first. Like all it was showing was like their legs, and like they were just digging, bro, and like walking right past
That's
the
a
street.
hustler right
Yeah.
there.
Well, bro, like, isn't that the person who really needs